Welcome back, it's the final installation of the Duff McKagan Bass series. We start today where Guns N' Roses left off in 1997 after disbanding. Let's do this. Duff contributed to a few projects after the breakup leading to the early 2000s. During this time, his bass playing took a back seat in favour of the guitar, so let's get that out of the way so we can focus on the more interesting stuff. He had writing contributions with Slash on Slash's Snake Pit, and then with Izzy Stradlin with his second solo album. He played guitar in supergroup Neurotic Outsiders and then 10 Minute Warning. Then forming Loaded, which we'll touch on shortly. Finishing his session work in 2002, he created the supergroup Velvet Revolver. This included Slash and former Guns N' Roses drummer Matt Sorum. The VH1 documentary Inside Out, The Rise of Velvet Revolver showed the trio in the studio finding a frontman and writing material. It's here we see Duff using a Music Man Stingray right up until the band's first performance, where after completing the lineup and performing a showcase at the El Rey Theatre for a select few in LA, Duff was seen using his original Jazz Bass Special and given up on the Stingray. According to an article in Guitar World's Bass Guitar, he stated on the topic of active basses, "I once had a bad experience with one. We were playing a live show and at the beginning of our first song, It's So Easy, I hit a note and nothing. The battery was dead. I got my passive Fender Jazz Bass Special and kept on playing." His setup during Velvet Revolver consisted of two custom white Jazz Bass Specials. These were reissued custom Fender shops, replacing his older Jazz Bass Special from the Guns N' Roses days. One of these basses had the word Solga written in permanent marker across the top horn. Duff showed support to his longtime friend Paul Solga, who suffered with cancer. The second Jazz Bass Special has a sticker in the neck position with the words "Be Mine" on it. Above that is a heart with a sword through it in the style of an old-time sailor tattoo. On occasion, this decal is seen in a similar style but says "Mom" underneath. His main tour bass at the time was a reissued Jazz Bass Special in black. And finally, a custom Fender Jazz Aerodyne. The Aerodyne is believed to have had the neck widened to his usual preference of 1.6 inches. Originally, this bass has a shorter, typical jazz neck of 1.5 inches. Lastly, and typically played on the song The Last Ride, he used a semi-acoustic Duesenberg style player. After the fallout of Velvet Revolver, Duff was filmed for an interactive DVD named Behind the Player. On this DVD, Duff stated that Fender are releasing a custom Duff signature model due winter 2008. This bass is still available today and is on the market for just over £1,200. It comes with all of Duff's custom features and aesthetics, the TBX tone control and the Seymour Duncan pickup which we mentioned in the last video, as well as the same neck width that he prefers. In the same DVD he said people ask him if he recommends the basses, to which he responded, "Yeah, they're killer basses."
So, which is killer, to have a model of a guitar named after you.
Velvet Revolver officially went on hiatus in 2008, and Duff again bounced from band to band, reloading Loaded, releasing an EP, and touring from 2008 to 2009. Quickly followed by joining Jane's Addiction in 2010 for all of 6 months using his Velvet Revolver equipment. He briefly appeared with the 2010 iteration of Guns N' Roses, using then current bass player Tommy Stinson's gear, which by the way is a great looking PJ bass by ESP. Finally, he regrouped with Loaded again for a third time, releasing the album Sick and Taken and touring up until 2012. Duff is the frontman of Loaded and primarily plays electric guitar instead of bass. Despite this, Yamaha gave Duff and resident bass player Jeff Rouse an endorsement for their new BB series. Both played the BB 1024X, which is Yamaha's version of a Super Fender clone. Designed with professional musicians in mind, it comes with quite a high price point. After the Loaded tour, he helped create the Rock and Roll All-Stars, which had a debut tour between 2012 and 2013. This group is now renamed the Kings of Chaos, and it is the supergroup of supergroups, touring with a random lineup each time. Past members have included Steven Tyler, Gene Simmons and Jeff Elliott. Duff's gear for the group was a custom Fender shop, which some have coined as a Geddy Hamilton bass. Essentially, it takes the body and the hardware of a Reggie Hamilton signature and combines it with a signature Geddy Lee. It's fitted with a PJ configuration and most likely an 18-volt preamp. It was around 2013 that Duff introduced the Fender Bassman amplifier into his rig, replacing his Gallion-Kruger amplifiers. We've discussed amplifiers in detail in part 2, so if you'd like to know more about that, the link is down below. Following the tours, Duff joined Walking Papers, where he had a second Geddy Hamilton. It's in the same configuration but white with a maple neck. In February 2016, he joined Alice Cooper's Hollywood Vampires and played at the Grammys. He's then since listed as the touring bass player. At that gig, he played with a custom PJ Nash, which is painted with a nitrocellulose lacquer and a maple fingerboard. Nash replicates the look and the feel of vintage guitars and updates them to appeal to a modern player. It's a shame it comes with the same price tag as a vintage instrument. That brings us back to present day, where Duff currently resides with Guns N' Roses, which we've already covered in part 1. It's a circle. Links to everything we've covered are down below, as well as the previous 2 episodes. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow, and I appreciate your support. If there's a rig rundown you want to see next, you tell me. You tell me in the comments who you'd like to see. We are now taking requests. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next Know Your Bass Player.